back door, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found it out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Right-handed dribble goes to Reichel. Deep three-pointer on the way. That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday evening from West Fargo High School. This is the West Fargo Packers and the Fargo South Bruins for Eastern Dakota Conference girls basketball here as the Packers look to finish out the sweep of Fargo South here tonight in the EDC. The boys game went to West Fargo 79-77, but here in this one, the Packers at 7-2 on the season, 6-1 in the conference after losing to Minot High to open up the year. West Fargo has won 7 straight games until Tuesday, in which they lost by 2 points at Fargo Davies, 67-65. Well, for the Fargo South Bruins, 0-8 so far on the year. Lost last week at Davies, then home to Horace on Tuesday night. First-year head coach Trevor Olson here for the Bruins. They're led the scoring column by Tegan Mela with a double-double so far this season with 12 points and 11 rebounds for Fargo South. Again, the Bruins 0-8 on the season. The Packers at 7-2. And tonight, 7 rebounds away from getting to the career all-time record. Here is Mariley Simon. She needs 8, to tie Akili Moten, and she needs 9 to break the record here for West Fargo, where Akili Moten had 786 career rebounds here for West Fargo. Still to come on our pregame show. Our coaches' conversation is next, then the starting lineups. That's all to come. First, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Trevor Olson, Fargo South, when we return.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on yourliveevent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on yourliveevent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
As we continue on our pregame show here, part 2 of our basketball doubleheader, it's the Fargo South Bruins and the West Fargo Packers and EDC girls basketball tonight. Joining us now from Fargo South, that is Trevor Olson. Trevor, I'll start here. First-year head coach. I don't matter if it's girls, boys basketball, college, if it's freshman level to varsity. There's always going to be some things that are challenges, whether you got a stacked roster or a turnover from having like Addie Wagner, the senior athlete of the year, no longer there for the Bruins. But ultimately, at the end of the day, as a first-year coach and a coaching staff here, as a head coach that is with Fargo South, Trevor, what are some things that you're implementing throughout this season in your program?
Yeah, I mean, like you said it best. We've talked about it a lot early on. Anytime you have a new staff, change is hard. Anytime you have a little bit of senior turnover, change is hard. When you have both of them in the same year, life is really hard, and everybody's working together, head coach, assistant coaches, players, on just how we can communicate with each other, still working on finding that familiarity, that comfortability of like who we as coaches can push the buttons a little more with, and players are still unsure of like, well, my previous coach didn't let me say stuff like this, or we couldn't ask these kind of questions. My number one goal coming into this year was focus on our numbers and rebuilding our numbers first. I'm thankful that we're able to play a 3-team schedule right now. It's been a couple years since South has been able to do that. That number one has been awesome. And even through the bits of adversity that all 3 teams have faced, we've still been able to find a lot of fun day in, day out. And I think that that's critical when we're dealing with struggles, is still being able to find the fun parts day to day. So
And you go from there, and it's always nice to have like a Tegan Malo on the club. Obviously, a lot of people know her from the volleyball court and what she was able to do to help Fargo South make it to the state volleyball tournament here. But what does she provide on the basketball court here and as a teammate?
You know, where Tegan's been so special for us, I mean, we get her the ball, she's going to get a good shot 9 times out of 10. You know, she's special the way she can catch and just finagle her way into getting shots off sometimes against a couple taller girls in the conference. It is really fun to watch. But the part that not everybody sees is it's been phenomenal watching her turn into a leader from when we even just started this year. You know, she's getting more and more comfortable using her voice to make a difference with these kids, pulling more and more girls over to the side, trying to coach them up and, you know, explain things in a way player to player that coaches can't always have. So it's been very nice having that in one of your upperclassmen going forward.
And now you're going up against West Fargo Packers here tonight, Trevor. Who or what kind of stands out from a position or from a matchup point as a team here this evening against West Fargo?
Well, across the board, you know, they're tough to match across the board. You know, obviously the standout's Mariley, just a force. And I still remember seeing her my first year at Davies, you know, 4 years ago now as a freshman. And I'm like, holy smokes, we got to deal with this for another 4 years in the conference. Just special, whether it's back to the basket, getting a rebound, playing defense, running the floor, transition defense, just been special player to watch, you know, in our conference from afar. Very nice to see Chloe Fowl back healthy again. That was nobody ever wants to see anybody get hurt, you know, and that was, you know, felt for her last year, but it's nice seeing her back healthy, playing again. See more the way she just will hit a shot, whether the girl's in her face, 10 feet off, it doesn't matter, you know, just a special sharpshooter. And Ben Winkle and Peterson, both just special players. Their coach has them playing all on the same level, very deliberate, very precise style. Even watching their game against Davies the other day, you know, it's hard to speed West Fargo up. They're going to play at their pace. They're going to control tempo, and we have to do our best tonight to disrupt that tempo and take Mariley out of her comfort zone and contain Chloe and all the guards. So it's quite a challenge. You know, it's trying to get creative on the defensive end, trying to get our shots up on the offensive end. It presents a fun challenge because you want challenge in sports. You want to face that. That's how you get better. So.
Hey, Trevor, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here against the West Fargo Packers here this evening.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate it.
That again, Trevor Olson, head coach of the Fargo South girls basketball team, will continue on our pregame show after this.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Join us now from the West Fargo Packers. That is Mike Benson, head coach here for the girls Packers basketball team as they welcome in the Fargo South Bruins. And Mike, you're kind of getting to the midway point here of the season. 9 games so far, 7-2, a loss against the defending champ to open up the year, a Minot earlier this week, a back and forth game, fell short against Fargo Davies. But at the end of the day, how would you assess your team as you were able to have a nice winning streak there after the Magi rolling up to 7 wins here on the season?
Yeah, you know, we got some things figured out a little bit. I still think we got a long ways to go, which is probably a good problem to have with as much talent as we've got on our team. You know, a little disappointed in how we finished the game on Tuesday, but sometimes a loss could be a good thing. So hopefully we can bounce back and keep things going.
And taking a look at some of the players, and rightfully so, Mariley Simon, Chloe Fowl, two players that had really good careers so far. They're both seniors this year. What have they meant to this year's program?
They're probably the best two to play at West Fargo. For sure, the best two players I've coached. And they get relied upon a lot. So it's there's no question that we get the ball to them. And they can do some things on the offensive and defensive end. So we got a lot of young kids that look up to them. They want to be the next Chloe. They want to be the next Mariley. And, it's pretty special to coach those two.
And they've been able to break some records along the way. Mariley Simon, we were talking about it before we came on here, Mike, for the pregame, saying that she's next to Akili Moten's record, which I honestly didn't think anyone was going to touch. Seeing Akili play, high school basketball there at West Fargo, she's right on the doorstep here, potentially could break it against the Fargo South Bruins tonight at 777 career rebounds. What does that just tell you about Mariley's game on the court?
Well, she just gobbles up those rebounds, and the funny thing is, I think she can get better at it. So, as good as she is, we keep raising that level of expectation for her. So it's a pretty special accomplishment. And, if she keeps scoring like the way she's scoring, she'll likely get the all-time school record for points as well.
And then you take a look at Taylor Van Winkle, maybe not a girl that you're going to ask to score 15, 20 points a game like a Chloe or maybe a Mariley, but I looked down at her numbers here, Mike, and she's right around, 6.5 rebounds a game, right around 7, assists a game, getting 3, 4 steals. That's a lot of little things that go a long way in the game of basketball. What has Taylor brought to this year's club?
Taylor's gotten so much better over the offseason and has become a really steady ball handler for us. And sees the floor well, and she's kind of our floor general out there, and she also has the difficult task of usually guarding the best player on the other team. So the scoring numbers, she's capable of going off for a game or two, but with Mariley and Chloe around, she's smart enough to get them the ball at good times as well. So really happy with how Taylor's been playing.
Final thing for you, Mike, before you let you go, you've been to it. Every coach has been with it. A first-year, new-year program, whether you bring back a host of talent or Fargo South this year. Coach Smead's steps down. Addie Wagner, the senior athlete of the year, she's gone now playing collegiate basketball. So from a Fargo South point of view, no question, a little bit of a rebuilding season here. But what have you seen from Trevor in his first year over at Fargo South?
You want to establish the things you want to be known for. I think that's the biggest thing. When I first took over, we weren't very good. We had a lot of little things we had to correct. Get your terminology in there, get your defensive base in there. But the biggest thing, I don't know everything, but I know you need good players to win games, and you got to get them when they're young. So, Coach Olson and I discussed this summer a little bit about trying to get the youth program going a little bit and get some kids excited about being Bruins, and hopefully at some point that pays off down the line, and you got some good players. So I think he's doing a good job over there, and you just got to keep grinding it out.
And Mike, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck tonight here in this EDC conference matchup and moving forward throughout the rest of the season.
Thanks, Chase.
That again, Mike Benson, head coach of the West Fargo Packers girls basketball team, will continue on our pregame show after this.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As we get ready here, let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance here in this contest. Chris Heisey with American Family Insurance is here to serve and help meet your insurance requests from home, auto, commercial, or farm and ranch. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you. Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance. For more information, go online to ChrisHeisey.com. Again, that is ChrisHeisey.com. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Fargo South Bruins, head coached by Trevor Olson so far on the season, averaging 32 points per game while defensively giving up 80 points per contest. They'll go like this. Changanelius, Nicky, the 5'4" senior guard here for the Fargo South Bruins. From there, you have Talon Hoffert, the 5'9" freshman. Talon again at 5'9", averaging 6 points a game. Grace Hazelton. Hazelton is in the starting lineup here for the 5'5" senior guard. You have Tegan Malo, the 6' junior, averaging a double-double, 12 points and 11 rebounds. And Callie Backel here for the Bruins. Bach here for Fargo South. So again, Changanelius, Nicky, Hoffert, Hazelton, Malo, and Backel here for the Fargo South Bruins, head coached by Trevor Olson. No wins on the season, 0-8 overall and 0-7 in Eastern Dakota Conference play. Now for the West Fargo Packers, averaging 77 points per contest, while defensively giving up 53. The Packers will go like this. Chloe Pfau, a 5'11" senior guard, averaging 14 points, in the University of Mary basketball commit. Briley Peterson, the 5'7" junior guard, averaging 10 points per game. Taylor Van Winkle, the 5'11" senior, 8 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds here for Van Winkle. From there, you have Solveig Seymour, the 5'9" senior guard, and Riley Simon, the 6'2" senior forward, here for the West Fargo Packers tonight for West Fargo. So Pfau, Peterson, Van Winkle, Seymour, and Simon. The Packers 7-2 on the season and 6-1 in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Again, that does it for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by our friends at American Family Insurance with Chris Heisey Agency. You can check out their location on 13th Avenue here in the Fargo Metro, and alongside you can go online to chrisheisey.com. That again is chrisheisey.com. For the West Fargo Packers, the storyline coming in this game is Riley Simon, 8 points or 8 rebounds away from tying the school's all-time rebounding record with Akili Moten, and 9 points away from breaking the record here for the West Fargo Packers. The aforementioned Simon in the center circle against Tegan Malo here for Fargo South. Opening tip is up at 8:11 on this Friday, the 13th, and won by the team clad in white in West Fargo. Interior, Malo gets in front, and ball will be out of play. The West Fargo Packers in their white uniforms with West Fargo High in the front with WF. For Fargo South out in their gold uniforms with brown numerals and lettering here for the Fargo South Bruins. Packers go down the paint, and there's a foul. Fargo South will commit their first team foul of the game. And this will be on Grace Hazelton, her first at the free throw line to shoot 2. Here will be Peterson. First free throw attempt here for Peterson off the mark. Second free throw attempt here upcoming for West Fargo. Peterson, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game for the Packers. Free throw attempt number 2 for Peterson. That one rattles up. Ball is tipped underneath by Van Winkle as she collects the rebound here now to Peterson. Peterson skips it. Solveig Seymour right of the key 3. That one rattles up. Peterson will collect the offensive board, and then ball tapped out of play here by Grace Hazelton. So early on, we're seeing the West Fargo Packers taking control of the window and the glass here against this Fargo South Brewing Club. Driving kick action. Peterson down the paint. Layup from the left block. No. And now it's loose underneath, and the Bruins would come down with it. Talon Hoffert, but a full court press. Van Winkle with Peterson with the steal. This one across the paint. Good hustle defense from both teams here. Getting back is Changanelius for the Fargo South Bruins. As West Fargo to inbound it. Now to Simon. 13-footer. Simon got it. The future NDSU women's basketball player, Riley Simon, the senior here, gets the Packers on the board as they draw first blood. 2-2-1 full court press for West Fargo. Fargo South almost with a turnover here as they bring it in the front court with Hazelton. Hazelton, as the Bruins will look to answer inside Malo. Malo good on good here with Simon. Malo looking for the up and under, nothing there. Kick out, 3-pointer off the back iron by Hoffert. Rebound coming down to Fargo South, and then we'll have a foul here on the double team as this foul will be on Solveig Seymour. This will be her first and the team's first. Our officials here tonight, Connor Dunn, Tanner Wallstrom, and Mr. Saunders here this evening for a 3-man officiating crew. Off the window, Fargo South gets 2. Talon Hoffert with the opening 2 points here for Fargo South. West Fargo, the other end. Van Winkle driving kick. Chloe foul left wing 3. Off the back tab, no. Rebound underneath. Hazelton will handle it, and Hazelton gets the ball, and there's a foul here with West Fargo. Foul coming across will be Taylor Van Winkle, her first, team second, as the Bruins will have to contend with this full court pressure defense of the West Fargo Packers. Fargo South with Malo here. Malo brings it in the front court. And now the Bruins with a chance to take a lead. Instead, Riley Simon gets a steal. Simon will push the tempo in transition to Peterson. Peterson up and over across the paint to Simon. Ball gets deflected, and there's a steal here for Talon Hoffert. Hoffert with it. Hoffert going to the paint off the window. Can't get it to go. Malo gets the offensive board. Spins, left-handed layup, and the Bruins have a lead. Fargo South up by 2 here in the opening 2 minutes of play in this EDC girls basketball contest. Chloe foul, hangs, shoot off the window, no. Simon tries to get it, and there's going to be a foul here on West Fargo. Foul will come on the aforementioned Simon, her first and the team's third. So record-wise, West Fargo with 7 wins, 2 losses. The Bruins at 0-8, but the Bruins playing well early in this contest, and there will be a turnover here on Fargo South. I think Trevor Olson was saying during the week earlier when we were able to talk with him, saying, the girls are doing the right things. Where I understand that, maybe the record is not where you want it to be, but the girls have had the right attitude so far coming into this season, and I think we're seeing it right now as well. But a nice layup here for Chloe Fowl to rip it through, and we're knotted at 4 apiece. Hazelton in the backcourt here to Hoffert. Up and over pass and a turnover on Fargo South. That's going to be the one bugaboo against this full court pressure defense for the Bruins, contending with that full court pressure defense. On the opposite side for West Fargo, this is one of those you don't want to sleepwalk into a game against a team record-wise that on paper you think you should just be able to take care of after losing a heartbreaker to Davies on Tuesday night. Foul gives the Packers the lead. Foul now with 5. Here's the Packers, lead it by 3, and they get a steal by the aforementioned Foul, who gets tripped up and able to come back off the court. Foul here on Grace Hazelton. That'll be her second and the team's second. So first time we've seen the Bruins getting into a little bit of foul trouble here as Fargo South will make a substitution. Nora Becker, the 5'8 junior guard, averaging 3 points and alongside 2 rebounds, will check in now for Fargo South. Ball to the left-hand side here, going hard down the paint. We'll have a little arm bar on the foul. And this one will be away from the floor. Foul will be on Talon Hoffert, her first and the team's third. As Fargo South will continue in this man-to-man defense. Peterson goes down the paint, and there's a foul. This one will be on the aforementioned Hoffert, her second, and now the team's fourth, as Peterson goes back to the free throw line, and we'll have a substitution for both teams coming in here in a moment. Riley Peterson, free throw attempt, going to be off the mark. Substitution into the game here for Fargo South, Mia Nylander, the 5'7" sophomore guard. Second free throw attempt is good by Peterson, as Briley will check out of the game, as the Packers will bring Jocelyn Jackson, averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds per contest for the Packers as she comes on the floor. And we'll have a timeout here. We'll break as well. It's a 4-point lead for West Fargo.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
As we come back from the timeout from the Bruins and head coach Trevor Olson here, Fargo South again will contend with that 2-2-1 pressure defense by West Fargo. This one up and over. Bruins will handle it here, looking on the interior to Malo. Teagan looking to back her defender down, spins. Shot is going to be off the front iron. There's a board to Mariah Simon. Other side of the floor, here goes West Fargo. Right-handed layup for 2 for Solveig Seymour in transition. And since we are tied at 4 apiece, it's been a 6-0 run here by West Fargo. And actually, it's been an 8-0 run by West Fargo after Fargo South got up 4-2 ever so briefly. Seymour will pick up her second and the team's 4th for the reach. Ellie McIntosh will come in now, the 6-foot freshman guard here for Fargo, for the West Fargo Packers. Fargo South with Malo here is this one here for the Bruins. Will be in the front court to the left-hand side, up and over, but we'll have a traveling violation on Backel. So Callie will pick up the turnover here for the Bruins. 10-4 West Fargo in this EDC girls basketball contest. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from West Fargo High School. And there's going to be a blocking foul as Van Winkle went hard to the paint. And this one will be before the shot, so it'll be on the floor. Team foul number 5 now for Fargo South, as the foul will be on Callie Backel. That'll be her first. And West Fargo to inbound it. McIntosh, as they do, able to get it to her for 2 points. Ellie McIntosh now becomes the 5th different Packer in the scoring column, as Fargo South will handle this in the backcourt. Jagan Elias trying to get across the timeline, unable to do so, and Trevor Olson calls the timeout with 13:46 left to play in the first half. Full break with them. Packers up by 8.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
12-4, the edge here for the West Fargo Packers over the Fargo South Bruins in this EDC girls basketball contest tonight, as West Fargo and Fargo South here tangle with one another. Coming up, they will play again on February the 23rd at West Fargo. At Fargo South, as Malo spins, and there's a traveling violation here on the Bruins. Some other games also going on at the 7 o'clock hour into the 8 o'clock hour here this evening. Shanley at Horace and Wahpeton at Fargo. Davies in a 2-point contest tonight in EDC girls basketball. Peterson takes a ball screen, driving kick action to Jackson. Jocelyn rips it through, trying to get it underneath, and then we're going to have a tie-up with foul, and also with her is Nora Becker. Tie-up possession arrow will go to the Fargo South Bruins. 13-18 left to play here in this first half. Fargo South started off well, tied at 2. They took a lead at 4-2, but since then it's been a 10-0 run here by the West Fargo Packers once we got to that 16-minute mark. Fargo South in the front court here, looking for a bounce pass as they handle it. Driving kick action, three-pointer blocked. Osborne's shot was blocked there by Chloe Fowl, as they'll stay with the Fargo South Bruins. Inbounding the basketball will be Nora Becker here, right in front of the Packer bench, as Becker does to Tegan Malo. Now back up top to Chengan Elias. On the interior, Nikki will get the ball back. Osborne, bounce pass inside Malo. Kick out, three-pointer on the way. Shot off the mark, and Simon gets her second rebound. She's 6 away now from the school record. McIntosh inside Simon. Simon with it off the window, good for 2. Simon now with 4 points here for the Packers. It's their first double-digit lead of half number 1, and now Fargo South will see it with the basketball. Bruins going to try to get it across before a 10-second, as they do to Osborne. Osborne gives it now to Malo. Malo off the window, no. Ball gets tapped out of bounds, and it'll stay with Fargo South. The Bruins after tonight will play at Wahpeton on Tuesday, while for the Packers, they will host Grand Forks Red River on Tuesday for a 2-point contest. That is the second-ranked team in the state. Jocelyn Schiller playing awfully well for the Rough Riders here, undefeated coming into tonight. Three-pointer left pocket three off the mark, no by Becker. Rebound out of play, and it will go out of bounds here towards West Fargo. Chloe Fowl and the Packers right now in full control of this first half. Well, for Fargo South, they'll play some man pressure defense. Peterson takes a couple of screens. Now to McIntosh. McIntosh back to Fowl here, looking for the up and over to Simon. Right-hand side, there's the up and over to Simon on the reversal for two. Give Jackson the assist. Give Simon now. She's got 6 points. Morley averaging a double-double of 22 and 10 per contest here for West Fargo. Fargo South looking to break it as they do. Able to break the pressure defense here with Janganelius going inside to Osborne. Kick out right-hand side three. That's good. Mia Nylander with the triple here for Fargo South, and it gives them up that 4-point schneid that they've been on for the last 4 minutes and change. Bruins back within single digits here as Peterson takes the ball screen. Back up top here for West Fargo. Chloe Fowl going down the paint. That one will rattle in for two. Foul now with 7 points. And we'll have a turnover. Chloe Fowl gets the steal, and it'll be a turnover back the other side here for Fargo South. Substitutions for both teams on the floor. Hannah Potter will check in, the 6'4 senior here for West Fargo, as she'll see her first minutes of the night. You have Van Winkle with Jocelyn Jackson here for the Packers, as this one will be for Fargo South now with Nylander in the front court. Malo's going to set a ball screen here off of Hofford, who checks back in. This one at the top to Lexi Janganelius, the twin of Nikki. Inside Malo, jump ball with her and Van Winkle, and it'll be a turnover. Ball will be awarded to the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo will bring it into the front court now for the Packers, as this will be with Briley Peterson. Right-hand side to Solveig Seymour. Back inside here to Peterson. Peterson will handle a rock to the right wing to Van Winkle. Van Winkle looking to back her defender down, unable to do so, and a turnover. Osborne gets the steal. Other end of the floor now is going to be to Hofford. Hofford off the window for two. Talon Hofford now has 4 points as the Bruins are back within single digits here, getting doubled up against West Fargo. Peterson, right wing with it. Solveig Seymour. Seymour back up top here. There's going to be an over and back violation and a defensive play here for West Fargo, as they will have to go back after they turn over, as Morley Simon and Chloe Fowl check back into the game as we near the midway point of the first half. West Fargo playing a little man pressure defense, getting to the rim. Shot is up, no by Hofford. Putback can't get it to go for Osborne, and ball will be out of play. Fargo South here with Grace Hazelton will check back into the game here for Fargo South. Talon Hofford and Hazelton will change positions here for the Bruins. Ball will go to Malo. Malo at the right wing will handle the basketball. Back up top, as this one will go between the cylinders to Grace Hazelton. Hazelton with the basketball, right-handed dribble, back between the circles to Hofford. High post touch to Malo, back to Hofford. Left wing three on the way, off the front iron. Rebound, well, this one will be a foul here on Morley Simon, and Simon will pick up her second. The team's fifth, her second here, and Fargo South will handle the basketball as they will inbound it here on the baseline. Talon Hofford here for Fargo South. Hofford to the left baseline, and Malo here. Teagan trying to get a teammate open, and this will be an over and back here for Fargo South. So a turnover on the Bruins. Packers will get it now underneath their hoop to inbound it. With Solveig Seymour up and over to Chloe Fowl. Fowl rips it through, goes behind the back, foul to the paint, and she gets fouled in the act of shooting. Fowl with 7 points to lead the floor here for West Fargo, with Simon with 6. Foul comes across. This will be the 6th team foul on Fargo South. Foul coming on Emma, that is. Backo will pick up her first in the team 6th. Or excuse me, Emma Osborne will pick up the foul. Free throw attempt is good. Second free throw attempt on the way for Van Winkle. is good as well. Van Winkle sometimes might not get a lot of points in a particular game. Her season high is 18 against Central. She was able to hit 3 threes, but she is out there to guard more times than not the best player on the opposition. Tegan Malo, though, and the Bruins break the press, and Malo now has 4 for Fargo South. Other side of the floor, Hannah Potter for the end one. Malo with the foul, her first. And Hannah Potter now with an and one opportunity for the 6'4", senior forward. So the Packers up by 11 points here as we're at the midway point of half number 1. Free throw opportunity upcoming here for West Fargo. Potter now with 3 points. 2-2-1 full court pressure defense. Osborne. Fargo South able to bring it in the front court here. Pass across the paint. Chloe Fowl trying to get the steal, and it will go to West Fargo. Packers with a win here tonight would improve to 8-2 on the season, while Fargo South looking for their first win of the year. As we'll have a double dribble and a turnover here on West Fargo. After tonight for the Packers, 8 of their next 11 games will be in this facility. They will host Red River again on Tuesday and Devils Lake on Thursday. While for South, they will travel down I-29 to Wahpeton on Tuesday night and then host Red River on Friday for a 2-point EDC contest a week from today. Packers make a substitution as Seymour will check out and Peterson will check in. Packers up by 12 points right now in the backcourt with Hazelton. This one gets popped in the front. Now to the near side, here is Tegan Malo. Malo looks to spin, does, and finishes for 2. Tegan Malo now with 6 points to lead the floor for the Bruins. Other side, Peterson's going to drive, bounce pass inside Simon, and Simon gets the 2 points. Simon now with 8, give the assist to Briley Peterson. The Packers are up by 12. Osborne and will have a traveling violation here on the Bruins. McIntosh and Jackson will check back in the contest for West Fargo here. As the Packers lead it by 12 points. Fargo South led it 4-2, and since then it's been West Fargo with the lead. This one will go to the far sideline, now to Foul. Foul with the basketball at the top of the key. Chloe looking on the interior, nothing there to Peterson. Peterson's going to get by her defender, driving kick, and then there's a blocking foul as this will be on Fargo South. Hazelton will pick up her third, team's 8th, and will have a 1-and-1 opportunity on the way here for the West Fargo Packers as Peterson will go to the free throw line. Subs into the game here for Fargo South as Nora Becker will return to the floor, and also Callie Backel will come in as well. Free throw attempt, no good. Rebound, McIntosh. Ellie will handle it now to the top of the key to Foul. Foul, 15-footer, left elbow, got it to go. Chloe Foul now with 9 points here for West Fargo as they lead it by 14, their largest lead of the game. Foul almost gets a steal. Hoffert with it down the paint. There's a block shot. And Fargo South to inbound the basketball here on the right baseline with Talon. Talon to inbound it as they're looking to get teammate open here for Hoffer before a 5 call. And there's going to be a steal with Chloe Foul after the deflection there by Mariley Simon. Foul up the floor to Simon. Simon wraparound pass. Nice dish to Peterson for 2. Peterson with 3 points. Nice move there by the senior Simon in transition. And then there's a turnover here for Fargo South. Bruins with Nylander will check back in. Mia. And for Fargo South here, they will go on the man pressure defense as Chloe Foul to inbound the basketball. Foul gives it high post. This one going hard down the paint. McIntosh, and that's good for 2. McIntosh now with 4 points here for West Fargo as the Bruins see this lead mount now to an 18-point deficit. Fargo South with Chang and Alias in the backcourt. Lexi, turnover. Nice bounce pass across the paint to McIntosh for 2. McIntosh now with 6 points off the bench and a timeout on the floor. Will break as well. 6:59 left to play in the first half. It's the Packers up by 20.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain an industry leader. Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit dagelman.com to view our openings.
Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from West Fargo. Here on YourLiveEvent.com. Full court pressure defense here for the Packers, 2-2-1. As this will be in the backcourt. And Fargo South already with 3 timeouts taken in this first half of play. Bruins will bring in the front court. Fargo South able to break out of that pressure defense. Shot is going to be up here by Lexi. Shot no good. Rebound on the way to Chloe Fowl. Fowl pushes the tempo here to Peterson in the front court now for Briley. As the Packers will set up the offense. Leaves it left-hand side. Chloe Fowl looking for the up and over to Simon. Simon forces one up. No good. Rebound here to Malo. Tegan Malo fronting, good backside help defense from Fargo South and making at least a contested shot on the interior here to Simon. Bruins to Tegan Malo, Flau trying to get the steal, Chloe down on a knee, and then there's a reach here for Tegan. Malo will pick up her second, that'll be the team's ninth, and will walk down the other end of the floor here for Flau to shoot the 1-and-1. Chloe so far in the game with 9 points here. And they make one to get one opportunity for West Fargo. Free throw attempt on the way for Foul. That one's off the mark. Ball is going to be loose. Lexi Changanelius able to get that loose ball as the Bruins will bring it in the front court. Fargo South with Becker here. Becker bounce pass up top to Nylander. Back to the top. Now to Becker. Becker used up that dribble. Peterson is there. We got a jump ball possession. Will stay with Fargo South, but the shot clock nearing single digits as Emma Osborne will check in here for the Bruins. Sylvie Seymour comes back in here for West Fargo with Van Winkle as well. Fargo South now with Lexi. Changanelius gives it to Becker. Left-hand side interior to Osborne. Osborne with a baby hook. Shot off the mark. Good shot selection against Simon, but the ball will be awarded to the West Fargo Packers. Packers so far led by the 9 of Chloe Fowl, while for Fargo South led by the 6 of Tegan Malo right now for Fargo South. Bruins will contest it here as they will stay in that little triangle and 2 defense. 3 on the way for Van Winkle is good. Taylor Van Winkle, her 7th three-pointer of the season. She's got 5, and full court press continues by the Packers. Fargo South. We'll see this one, and there's a foul in the backcourt. As the foul will come on Taylor Van Winkle. That'll be her second and the team's 6th. So for Fargo South here, Nora Becker on the sideline will inbound the basketball. Next foul will allow the Bruins to get to the get one bonus opportunity here. Trying to rip it through. That's going to be a steal. Foul is there with a right-handed layup for 2. Chloe Foul now in double digits with 11. Other end of the floor here for Fargo South. Here comes a ball screen. Nikki trying to get in the front court, does. This one on a Nylander, right-hand side for the Bruins. To interior to Osborne. Osborne backing her defender down, and there's a double dribble. As for the West Fargo Packers right now, been in control of this first half of play, particularly last 5 minutes of game action in a game that started nearly a half hour ago here at West Fargo High School. Open, Van Winkle triple off the mark, no good. Simon, though, collects the rebound. That's her third. Other end of the floor again now for Van Winkle. No, ball gets tapped out, and this one going to be loose and still in the court of play here for the Packers. Inside, and Chloe Fowl threw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. There it is, Simon, ball out of play. As the Bruins to handle it here in the backcourt. Trying to break the pressure defense is Hoffert, and there's a foul here on West Fargo. Foul will come across. Looks to be Peterson. Briley will be the guilty party, her first. Team 7th, and a bonus opportunity here for Fargo South. Hoffert goes to the free throw line. 4 points so far on the night for the 5'9" freshman. Talent to shoot 2. Free throw opportunity is good. First free throw of the game here for the Fargo South Bruins. Second free throw attempt upcoming. This to try to get it to 15 points here for Fargo South. Then they got it. So Talon Hoffert now with 6 points as the Bruins will stay in this zone pressure defense now more to a 2-3 pressure zone defense. Left baseline, Chloe Fowl. Fowl gets cut off on the corner. Leaves it, Solveig Seymour, right pocket. 3! That splashes in. Solveig Seymour now with her 30th three-pointer of the season. Her first tonight. Other side of the floor for West Fargo as they will match with a man pressure defense here. Fargo South with Hoffert between the circles. Hoffert with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing 3 on the way. The shot's going to be off the mark. No good by Changanelius. Foul up the floor. This one goes to Simon. Simon inside the paint for 2. Riley Simon now with 10 points here for the Packers. Fargo South will bring it in the front court as this will be with Nikki Changanelius. To the right baseline as they're looking interior for Osborne. Nothing is there. This one going to be on the floor and out of bounds and a turnover here on Fargo South. Jocelyn Jackson returns to the game here for West Fargo now as the Packers will handle it with Van Winkle at the point between the rings to Peterson. Peterson called the offense here for the Packers. Peterson gives it to Van Winkle. Van Winkle looks for a ball screen, takes one to the left elbow. Van Winkle going hard down the paint, throws it up. Simon trying to save it. Instead, it goes to Fargo South. The Bruins will handle it now with Changanelius in the backcourt to Hoffert. Hoffert, nice ankle cross in the front court. Hoffert gets the 10, throws it up off the window, no. Rebound to Chloe Fowl. Foul in transition finds Van Winkle. Van Winkle leaves it off left-hand side. Jackson left wing 3 off the iron and a board to the Fargo South Bruins. This will be to Nora Becker here, and now it's going to be Emma Osborne as Fargo South will bring it in the front court. And we'll have a over and back violation on the Bruins. With 2:29 left to play in the first half, coming up on our halftime show, we'll recap what happened in the boys' game, get you slated for the first half stats and more. That's all still to come on our halftime report. Right now for the West Fargo Packers as they will bring it in with Chloe Fowl. Fowl will handle the basketball. Hang, shoot, teardrop shot. No, Fowl gets another crack at this one. Then there's a foul, and Chloe will go to the free throw line. As we'll have a foul upcoming here on Fargo South. That will be their 10th, and Chloe will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul will come across here on Fargo South's Backel. And Kaylee will pick up her second here for the Bruins. Free throw opportunity for Fowl. First one shot is off the mark. Second one upcoming. Substitutions into the game here as Hannah Potter will check in for West Fargo. For Fargo South, Tegan Malo returns into the game. Also with her, Grace Hazelton. Free throw attempt number 2 for Chloe rattles in. So 12 points now for Fowl in this game. Fargo South with Malo in the front court. Tegan leaves it. Jackson almost gets a steal. Hoffert left-hand side. Osborne 15-footer. That's good for 2. Osborne with the 2 points. And now it's 4 different Bruin players in the scoring column. Left-hand side, Solveig Seymour triple. That one rattles out, no. Rebound underneath. Well, that's going to be with Van Winkle. And then it's going to be the hands of Fargo South, and ball will be out of play and a traveling violation. Inbound here for the Packers will be Seymour with under 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Chloe Foul, hard dribble down the paint, finishes with the 2 points. Chloe Foul now with 14 here in the game. For Fargo South, this one will come up the floor. Bruins will handle it here with Malo, right-hand side, right of the key. Three-pointer on the way, no good. And a rebound now to West Fargo as this one will be with Jackson. Other side foul to the baseline here. Chloe looks for the drive, nothing there. Interior to Van Winkle. Van Winkle in the paint. Leaves it now to Potter. This a deep two on the way, got it to go. Hannah Potter now with 5 points off the bench for head coach Mike Benson and the Packers as West Fargo is nearing the 50-point plateau here with a bucket. Jackson, this another deep two off the backboard, got it to go. Jocelyn Jackson uses the window here as we are nearing the 9 o'clock hour. Fargo South with Hazelton in the front court. Hazelton now to Hoffert. Hoffert at the left wing. Bruins left-hand side triple on the way. That's a good-looking shot. Nora Becker, her 7th made three-pointer of the season. She's got 3 points here tonight. Foul with the basketball as Foul takes a ball screen there with Potter to the baseline. Jackson jumper, got it to go as it tickles the twine. Jackson now with 4 points as the floodgates are opening up offensively here in the last 2 minutes for both teams. Fargo South will handle this one out of the top to Hoffert. Hoffert inside, Malo off the flex cut. Foul gets the block shot. This one on the inside. The possession will go to West Fargo. So the Packers can try to hold for the final shot here of this first half, and we'll see where West Fargo is able to go. And Chloe Foul here will cross the timeline with the basketball. 5 seconds, Foul with 4. Foul takes a ball screen, looking inside, kick out. Seymour, left pocket 3, off the iron, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. Coming up, we'll get to our First Class Mortgage halftime show, but at the half, it's West Fargo up by 32 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
At the half, brought to you in part by our friends at First Class Mortgage. First Class Mortgage is more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That's firstclasscorp.com, and talk with Dan and Greg upcoming here throughout the weekend. And I mean throughout the upcoming week. Packers lead it by 32 points. Take a look at the first half numbers for West Fargo. 5 of 13 shooting from the foul line with 3 3-pointers. 8 players in the scoring column. Team numbers for the Fargo South Bruins. 5 players in the scoring column. 2 made threes, and they're 2 of 2 from the foul line. West Fargo, 14 points, led by Chloe Foul right now, who's 1 of 5 from the stripe with 1 3 as well for Chloe. Also in double digits is Mariley Simon. We got her down for 3 rebounds. Simon with 10 points. She's 5 rebounds away from tying the school record. From there, 6 points with Ellie McIntosh off the bench. 5 for Van Winkle with a made 3. 5 for Solveig Seymour with a made 3. And 5 points for Hannah Potter. 1 of 1 from the foul line. 4 points for Jocelyn Jackson. And then you have 3 points by Briley Peterson here for West Fargo. The Packers, again, led by the 14 of Chloe Fow. For the Fargo South Bruins, 5 players in the scoring column. 6 by Talon Hoffert, 2 of 2 from the line, and 6 points for Tegan Malo. 3 points with Nora Becker, 3 for Mia Nylander, and 2 points for Emma Osborne here to make up Fargo South's 20 points. Again, 6 for Malo and 6 for Hoffert. After tonight for Fargo South, they will make their trek down to Wahpeton for a date with the Huskies on Tuesday, while for the West Fargo Packers, they will host second-rated Grand Forks Red River on Tuesday night here at West Fargo. When we come back, we'll recap what happened in the boys' game and take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That and more still to come here at the half. It's West Fargo up by 32.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Are you tired of the same old grower meetings? Then Precision Planting's Winter Conference 23 is for you. Announcing our new location for this year's event. Join us at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota, January 18th or 19th. You will hear from Precision Planting engineers and staff on new technologies, inputs, and practices. Winter Conference 23, January 18th and 19th at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota. To register, visit planterdoc.com.
I'm really happy here because on a daily basis when I get here, I'm so excited to work with the people around me.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
As we come back at the half, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, let's take a look at some scores here tonight in the EDC. West Fargo Cheyenne with the win over Fargo North, 76-55 tonight in EDC girls basketball, and Grand Forks Red River defeats Devils Lake 68-32. So Red River improves to 9-0 on this season, while West Fargo Cheyenne improves to 5-4. Also tonight in girls basketball, Shanley at Horace, South at West Fargo as you're tuning into this one, and Davies at Wahpeton. Earlier tonight in EDC boys basketball, Shanley over West Fargo Horace 70-52 for the Deacons, and West Fargo won earlier tonight against Fargo South 79-77. The Packers in that game were led by the 17 of Fitz and the double-double of Tony Leal with 17 points as well. While for the Fargo South Bruins, they were led by the career high of James Hamilton with 36 points in a losing effort here for Fargo South earlier tonight in that boys basketball contest. Here at the half again, it's the West Fargo Packers and the Fargo South Bruins in EDC girls basketball. The Packers led by the 14 of Fowl, the 10 of Simon, while the Bruins have 2 players with 6 points currently with Talon Hoffert and Tegan Malo as well, currently with 6 points apiece. Go to our website, yourliveevent.com, or click subscribe on our YouTube page to check out upcoming games throughout the weekend here on Your Live Event. It's West Fargo up by 32. We'll take a break when we come back after this. Second half action from West Fargo High School. That does it for a halftime show, brought to you in part by our friends at First Class Mortgage. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation as they provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Second half action next here for EDC girls basketball. We return to West Fargo High School.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
As we get ready for second half action here on YourLiveEvent.com, Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from West Fargo High School as Fargo South led briefly in the first half at 4-2, and then the Packers went on a 10-0 run and have never looked behind on that scoring board right now as West Fargo up by 32 here over Fargo South. Well, for the Bruins here, we've seen a little zone, we've seen a little triangle and two, we've seen a little man-to-man pressure defense as well. But for Fargo South, they will start this second half with the basketball as West Fargo looking for a half-court trap and steal, and they're able to get it here as Peterson goes to the paint for two. Peterson now with 5 points. For Fargo South, they'll bring in the front court here. High post touch to Malo. Malo reversed it left-hand side as this one will be to Changanelius. Hazelton up and over past Changanelius is there, though. Left block off the window. Can't get it to go. Second chance for Malo. Got it. Tegan Malo now with 8 points here in this game. Again, averages a double-double. We see part of the reason why right there as this one will be back to Peterson. Peterson looking to call out the offense here. She's on that Packer emblem. Now to Van Winkle. To Seymour. Back to Peterson. Briley takes the ball screen from Riley Simon going to the paint, left-handed layup for two. Peterson now with 7 points here on the night as the Packers leading at 56-22. This one high post touch, left-hand side. Bockel back to the top of the key now for the Bruins. As this will go right through the hands of Callie. Saves it before it goes out of bounds. Now to Malo. Malo taking a couple of dribble spins on Simon. Left-handed layup for two. Tegan Malo in double digits now with 10. West Fargo be between the circles. Right-hand side to Briley Peterson. Peterson takes a high ball screen. Looking for Simon, skips it. Right-hand side, Solveig Seymour, right wing three, got it. Solveig Seymour now with her second three of the night. She's got 8 points, and the Packers taking care of Fargo South here to start this second half. But the Bruins want an answer three-pointer by Bakul off the mark. Foul goes the other end of the floor. Here goes Peterson, chases it down at the left baseline. Peterson now for the right-handed. Make that the left-handed reverse scoop. Can't get it to go, and Fargo South gets a stop, and now we'll see what they can do on the offensive side of the court. Working with it left to right here in the second half. Hoffert top now to Malo. This one will be on the inside, and we'll have a jump ball possession. We'll go to West Fargo as Van Winkle got on the deck here. And Taylor looks to be all right. The Packers, with this result as it holds right now, would improve to 8-2 on the season and 7-1 in the conference, while Fargo South would drop to 0-9 again, as this result would hold right now for the rest of the game. As West Fargo will be in the backcourt here. Ball poked out of bounds. Fargo South with the rock. And when they've had it offensively, Tegan Malo has been their bread and butter. Her season high is 24 points, currently with 10 tonight. While when West Fargo handles the rock, it's been throughout the season of Simon and foul here for West Fargo consistently. Van Winkle inside looking for Morale. Pinballs around. Simon will have a offensive foul here on Morale. Simon will pick up her third. That'll be the team's first here. And for the Fargo South Bruins, they'll handle it with Hazelton here in the front court. Here comes a trap. Hazelton bounce pass. This one on the floor. Foul to Peterson. Peterson across the paint. Right-handed layup. Scoop. No. Rebound comes out here to Fargo South. And now we'll have a jump ball again. This time the possession arrows the Fargo South Bruins way. Bruins will have Emma Osborne checking in. And coming out will be Bakul. As Fargo South with those gold jerseys tonight, we'll bring it into the front court here for the Bruins. This one left-hand side on the interior to Tegan Malo. Malo looking to spin as she does on Simon and finishes for the 2 points. Tegan Malo with all 6 points in the second half for Fargo South, and she's got a team-high 12. Solveig Seymour here, pops a pass to left-hand side of Peterson, bounce pass to Simon, and there's a kick ball. For West Fargo on the air, Morale Simon averaging 22 points, and then you have Chloe Fowl with 14 points here, and 10 with Solveig Seymour. Foul, jumper, got it to go. Chloe Fowl with 16 in the game here for the West Fargo Packers. Hazelton, left-hand side, Osborne, left wing three on the way. Shot is going to be long, and Simon collects the rebound, her fourth of the night. Other side of the floor, open, Seymour in transition, no. Saving it, though, is Van Winkle, but it goes to a Bruin in Malo. Fargo South, after having a new first-year head coach here with Trevor Olson, part of that Fargo Davie staff for Coach Tona Safransky last couple of seasons. Malo spins on the inside, then we're going to have a foul here on the floor. Foul will come across. Van Winkle will pick up the foul. That'll be Taylor's third, team's second. So a new coach after Coach Jason Smedshammer stepped away, and then Addie Wagner, the Senior Athlete of the Year, is now playing collegiate basketball at MSUM. So there's going to be some growing pains this season for Fargo South. Talon Hoffert, turnaround jumper off the mark, no. Ball goes down to Chloe Fowl. Fowl going hard down the paint, and she gets fouled. Chloe was 16, and she'll go to the free throw line, as this will be the first foul in the second half for Fargo South. Talon Hoffert will pick up her third, and for Fargo South, able to have a C-Squad, JV, and varsity program this season as well for Trevor Olson. So he's continuing to find just ways to, as any coach does, doesn't matter if it's Mike Benson for West Fargo or any particular program, get players out and enjoying the program and try to enjoy your time on the floor as well. Morale Simon gets the rebound, can't get the shot to go. Ball will be out of play now to Fargo South. Well, for the Fargo South Bruins here with head coach Mike Benson, they were a team that was on the verge of winning the conference last season, you could argue, midway through the season. But then Chloe Fowl with an ACL injury, as you see that brace, as the aforementioned Fowl gets the steal. Chloe with the steal and score, and Chloe is heading to Bismarck in the fall, as she will go to play at the University of Mary and play collegiate women's basketball. But after that injury, they got to a state qualifying game before losing to Wahpeton. And they're trying to make state for the first time in a while here for the West Fargo Packers. Ball out of play as they'll stay with Fargo South. Taking a look at last time West Fargo made a state tournament appearance was 2016. So it hasn't been a decade, but the years are starting to mount a little bit here with some talent on the floor, and they want to get back there, and they also think they can compete for not just the EDC Conference Championship, but this is a team that has a chance to make some noise if they could get to state. Their losses this season against number 1 Minot to start the season when the Magi, the defending state champ, came in here to West Fargo. They shot the lights out from beyond the arc. Then their other loss coming to Fargo Davies earlier this week on Tuesday. Shot going to be partially blocked there by Jang and Elias, and here goes Mariley Simon. Simon works it the other side of the floor to Peterson. There's a kickball by Osborne. And West Fargo will get tested again this coming week with Red River coming into town on Tuesday. The Rough Riders squad at 9-0, second ranked here in this season, and that'll be the only matchup in the regular season between the Packers and the Rough Riders, with that being a 2-point contest. Driving kick action, Van Winkle, triple from the left wing. Van Winkle now with 8 points, her second made 3. So these two teams might be in a different direction this season, but Fargo South, last double-digit win season was back in 2014, 2015, 2016, where they went 11-14. Able to rip it through here. Malo shot, no. Malo tries to get the ball back, and then there's a foul on the ground. This will be the third on West Fargo. So for the Bruins, just looking to consistently, whether it's win, lose, or draw on the scoreboard, consistently trying to find growth in each practice and each game here for not just the varsity program, but down to JV and C squad, as West Fargo with foul picks up her first, and again the team's third. Shots off the mark as we'll have a foul now on Fargo South. Foul come across. Hazelton will pick up her fourth and the team's second. In Class B basketball for boys and girls, a little bit different than Class A in North Dakota, as they play 4 8-minute quarters with a 35-second shot clock. In Class A, it's 2 18-minute halves with a 30-second shot clock for girls and boys. Also, something that's different is a mercy rule. Jumper on the way here for Briley Peterson. She's able to get to the rim, that is, now with 9. In Class B basketball, it's 30 points or more starting the fourth quarter, no matter what the clock will run. If the ball goes out of bounds like this, the clock will continue to go. In Class A, there is no mercy time or no mercy rule in these situations. Once the game maybe gets a little bit out of hand and we have a timeout on the floor, we'll break with them. Packers take the timeout with head coach Mike Benson as he brings a wholesale of substitutions, and we'll let you know who those players are when we return.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
The West Fargo Packers 69, the Fargo South Bruins 26 here in EDC girls basketball. The timeout was taken by head coach Mike Benson, and they have some substitutions coming into the game here is Jocelyn Jackson. You also have now Caitlin Kackman, the 5'9 sophomore guard. With it is Peterson. Potter sets the ball screen. This one goes left-hand side now to McIntosh as Ellie returns to the game, and Malo will handle it, and then a reach and foul in the backcourt. Briley will pick up her second. That'll be the team's fourth of this contest here for the Packers. Substitution as Malo will check out, and Callie Bockel will check into the game. As Bockel will get some more minutes here for head coach Trevor Olson and the Bruins. This one goes between the circles to Becker, and then the ball will be out of play as it was last touched by West Fargo. The Fargo South Bruins games with Wahpeton, Red River, and Devils Lake to come. The Rough Riders and the Firebirds both will be 2-point contests. Their next game on Tuesday down in Wahpeton. This one, an up and over pass that's going to go out of play. And it will be with the Fargo South Bruins here with 8 seconds. Or they're going to say it's West Fargo Packer basketball, so it'll be West Fargo ball here on the turnover. And actually, Connor Dunn, part of our officiating crew, comes in and says, nope, it was deflected, as it will stay here with Fargo South. And Tanner Wallstrom, Connor Dunn, and Mr. Saunders here as part of our officiating crew. And this will be to Osborne. Bruins got to go quickly with 5, with 4. Instead, Fargo South here. We'll see if they can get a shot up before the buzzer. It's a block shot on the way, as this will be a shot clock violation after the block by Caitlin Kackman. And now West Fargo here will handle the basketball in the front court. As they do hand off to Kackman. Kackman right-hand side, as this will be to Peterson. Peterson looking to go down the paint hard. Left-handed layup for 2. We've seen that action. High ball screen if the help doesn't come. Able to finish with the layup if the help does come. You can maybe cross it either on a skip to a three-point shooter or to the big that's coming down the paint. Fargo South here will have a turnover as it goes the other side of the floor. And the Bruins, now with Talon Hoffert, will check in as well. First game of the boys' contest, a back-and-forth affair. West Fargo led for the majority of the second half, and Fargo South just quite frankly just ran out of time. Trailing it by 12, got it down to 2, and that would be the final, 79-77 earlier today in the boys' contest. 3 rattles in. Caitlin Kackman with the triple. That's a third 3 of the half, the 6th of the game here for West Fargo. Their season high is 93 points at Grand Forks Central. The most that Fargo South gave up was their last game against Horace. That was 96 earlier this week on Tuesday. McIntosh able to get the steal. There's an outlet. And now in the front court here for Jocelyn Jackson. Going to the paint, there's going to be a foul on the reach. This will be on Emma Osborne, her second, team's third, and 2 shots here for Jackson. In this contest, 6 of 15 from the foul line are the West Fargo Packers. Free throw opportunity. First one will be off the front iron. Second free throw attempt to come as West Fargo. Lexi Changanelius will check in, and Hazelton as well. Grace Hazelton playing her final season here for the Bruins, the senior guard. Free throw attempt number 2 is good here for Jocelyn Jackson. Scored both in the first and second half, has 5 points. Packers 25 away from eclipsing the 100-point mark. Fargo South going down the paint. Layup good here for Hazelton. Fourth field goal of the second half here for West Fargo. Peterson the other way gets fouled and counted. Riley Peterson, a stat stuffer here. 10 points in the contest of this second half. 13 in the game. Buckle will pick up the foul. That'll be Callie's third and the team's fourth here. So both have 4 team fouls as Peterson will go to the foul line. Free throw opportunity for Briley is going to be off the mark. Rebound here to the Fargo South Bruins as Emma Osborne will handle it here. Osborne brings in the front court. Jumper on the way for Fargo South with Hoffert now, and a board for the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo, nice bounce pass by Peterson to McIntosh for 2 points. Ellie McIntosh with 8. That was a nice find by Peterson there on the bounce pass. Fargo South Now with Hazelton to the top of the key. Little Frex screen action. Malo asking for it on the inside on the block as she will spin on the baseline and finishes for 2. Tegan Malo now with 8, make that 14 points here on the evening. Her season high is 24 against Valley City. This one goes to the right-hand side to Briley Peterson. Peterson at the right wing will take the ball screen. Now to the right-hand side to Jackson. That's going to be Jocelyn. Jocelyn through the paint, left-handed scoop up off the Martineau. Rebound to Malo, and now for the Fargo South Bruins, they will call it the offense here with Hazelton. Bruins averaging 32 points a game. Their next bucket will get them there or surpass that mark. Hazelton trying to get to the rim again. Right-handed shot partially blocked by McIntosh, and now it's in the backcourt. As this one will be a loose ball, and Jackson brings up the near sideline to Peterson. Peterson drive, bounce past Potter. Right baseline, 10-footer, got it to go. Hannah Potter with 7 points, and Peterson starting to rack up the assists now for West Fargo. Hazelton takes a ball screen. There's an illegal set screen. Baca will pick up the foul, her 4th, and the team's 5th here for Fargo South, as West Fargo Packers will go a little bit deeper into the bench. As checking in the game here, coming in for West Fargo will be Anisha Davis. As Davis will check in here, and she'll get the jumper, and she gets it to go. So Anisha Davis here will get 3 points off the bench, the 5'4" junior guard, and the Packers will see a three-pointer the other way by Fargo South with Hazelton. Then there's a foul. Baca will foul out of this game here. That'll be her 5th personal foul for the 5'8" senior. And her night will come to a close on this Friday the 13th. And that'll be the 6th team foul here on Fargo South. So next one will put West Fargo to the free throw line. Game just over an hour old here at West Fargo. Jackson right-hand side jumper on the way. Off the front iron, no good here by Caitlin Kackman. And a rebound to the Fargo South Bruins. Hazelton will cross the timeline up and over pass to Malo. Malo looking to back her defender down, rips it through. Tegan goes up, and there's a foul. Tegan's a problem on the volleyball court, and she's been a problem on the basketball court this season for some opposition. Jackson will pick up her 1st, and that'll be the team's 5th here. As the free throw attempts will be upcoming here for Malo. Free throw, the first one is good. Second free throw attempt on the way for the West Fargo Packers. Free throw up and good as well. So 16 points here for Fargo South, as Malo has half the points for the Bruins tonight. Trying the up and under right hand, make that scoop move here by Jackson, but will have a traveling violation here with the Packers. And for Fargo South now, they will allow Hotford to bring it up the floor. High ball screen with Malo. Hotford rips it through on the paint, shot up, no, rebound out of play, and 2, the West Fargo Packers. Some more high school basketball tomorrow here on YourLiveEvent.com. Check out the complete schedule throughout the rest of January. Again, on our website, that is YourLiveEvent.com. Packers with the basketball here. Kick out left-hand side to Jackson. Jackson shot gets blocked on the inside, and will be out of play, and the jump ball will actually be awarded here to the West Fargo Packers on the jump, that is, excuse me. First half, it was 52-20. The lead on the way for West Fargo. McIntosh jumper off. Rebound on the interior by Osborne. Fargo South now will handle it the other side. Jumper on the way off the backboard for 2. Talon Hoffert using the window. She's got 8. West Fargo will handle this one with Kackman. Kackman takes a screen, pops a pass to Potter. Potter takes a couple of dribbles. Ball out of play, and this to Fargo South. Bruins will make a couple more substitutions here for head coach Trevor Olson. As Becker returns, Melander comes in. And Gugsberg will check into the game as well. As Tamika Lemvier will check in, here for Fargo South. Tamika, the 5'9" freshman forward. West Fargo, Jackson, left pocket 3. That's long. Fargo South is able to collect a rebound here with Lexi. Changanalius will bring in the front court now. To the right-hand side to Becker. Becker looking on the interior to Osborne. Says she'll shoot the three-pointer on the way long. No rebound on the inside to Potter as we're to the 5-minute mark and under here in this EDC girls basketball game. Jackson goes behind the back. Jocelyn drive. Left-handed scoop shot. Throws it up. No. Rebound. Put back, and there's a foul. Anisha Davis will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. In this half, West Fargo is 2 of 5 for the foul. 2 of 5 from the line. Lemire will pick up her first and the team's 7th. Free throw attempt on the way for Davis is good now with 4 points. As Kaylee Moulton will check in, the 5'8" forward. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for West Fargo. Shot is up and off the mark. Davis, though, offensive rebound here. Davis will have a foul on Fargo South and will shoot more free throws. 8th team foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 as Davis will go back to the foul line. Still to come on our coverage here. We'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. They've got the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. Davis, shot, no. Rebound by Tamika. This one to the top now for Fargo South as they go to the baseline. Open overpass on the inside, and there's an arm bar here on the foul by Potter. She'll pick up her first and the team's 6th. Fargo South now will handle it here with Nora Becker on the right baseline for the Bruins. Becker looking on the interior, pops a pass up top. Thinking about one is Tamika. She'll shoot a 15-footer off the iron. Long rebound here for Moulton. And we'll have a foul here as Moulton will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Nylander will pick up the foul, her first, team's 9th. As Moulton will go to the charity stripe to shoot the 1-and-1 opportunity. With this result, again, for the Packers, we'll get to 8-2 on the season. They're just outside the top 5 in the receiving votes category in the latest poll. Ball will get tapped out. Fargo South here in the front court. Leave it right-hand side to Becker. Right wing now to Lemvier. Lemvier with a shot fake. Getting cut off there by Davis. Good defense by Anisha. Now up top to the top of the key. This one to Changanalius. That's Lexi. And then the ball will be pulled out of play. Her and Nikki are twins here for the Fargo South Bruins. Both seniors, 5'4". Fargo South to inbound it. This one right-hand side to Osborne. Now to the baseline here, almost losing it. And now losing is Becker as McIntosh hits the deck. And West Fargo will make a couple of substitutions here as the Packers will make a couple with Halverson. Delaney Ogdahl will check in. Jumper is going to be short. Ball gets saved here for West Fargo as the Packers now will handle it with Ellie Halverson. Halverson, left wing 3. That one rattles out, and we'll have a foul here as Moulton will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2, and a 10th team foul on the Fargo South Bruins. As Becker will go to pick up the foul, her first. Free throw attempt is off the mark. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way. That's going to be a lane violation with 3:33 left to play here in this second half as the Packers lead at 85-34 here in this basketball game. West Fargo balanced effort top to bottom here. Riley Simon, you won't say this too often, didn't score in the second half, but she didn't need to. Nice move on the interior by Emma Osborne. Osborne, we've seen that little baby hook action as Osborne now has 4. This one goes up top on the way. Going hard the paints, and there's a foul and 2 shots upcoming. At the free throw line, we have 2 free throws here for the Packers. First free throw is off the mark. Delaney Ogdahl will be at the free throw line here. Missed the first, second free throw attempt on the way. That's good. So Ogdahl, the 5'9" freshman guard, goes 1 of 2 from the foul line here. As Fargo South now will bring it in the front court. Lemvier with it at the right wing. Osborne posting up on the inside. This one will be the hands of Becker as they look to reverse it now for the Bruins. This one, Tamika, bounce pass inside Osborne. Hook shot again, got it to go. Emma Osborne, the sophomore forward, now with 6 points here for Fargo South. Packers up and over, pass on the inside, stolen away. Lexi Changanelius will come up with the steal. Lexi in the front court here on the inside. Ball gets patted out. Now the right wing. Back up top is reversing around the horn to Becker. Ball's on the deck and a jump ball possession. I'll stay with the Fargo South Bruins. Nora Becker to inbound it right in front of her own bench here for Fargo South. As the Bruins with this result will drop to 0-9 on the season, 0-8 in conference play. 3 is good on the way by Alexi Changanelius. That's a jumper there. She's got her first 3-pointer here of this contest. West Fargo at the left wing. This will be on the interior shot, no, by Moten Ball out of play, and 2, the West Fargo Packers. So Fargo South putting up an effort from start to finish here tonight. But there's just some years where the opposite team that you're playing can just be that good, or they just have that much talent. Kaylee Moten's shot is going to be short. As for Fargo South, they will handle it right wing. Lemire, shot will be across the way. Changanelius saves it from going out of play. Now it's going to be with West Fargo. This one, Ellie Halverson's pass gets popped, partially deflected. Packers looking back door. Ball at the top, Ellie Halverson, left wing, takes a couple of dribbles going to the paint, left hand, a layup for 2. Ellie Halverson gets in the scoring column, and we'll have a timeout here for a substitution timeout for Fargo South, as the Bruins will bring Justice Johnson, a senior, into the game. Also coming in will be Jordan Atwood, the 5'4" junior guard. Nylander's out there as well. And also coming in will be Charbonneau, Abigail, the 5'8" junior center. So the Bruins here in the front court with it between the circles. As this one will go left-hand side to Atwood. Atwood with the ball now to the near side to Lemire, excuse me. Lemire pops a pass. This will go to Nylander. Fargo South with 5 seconds to get a shot off here. As Tamika does get a 3 off, and the shot's going to be off the iron, and West Fargo collects a rebound. Now to Halverson here. Halverson left wing, left-hand side, as this will be to the baseline. Davis back to Halverson. Halverson with a shot fake, looking on the interior. Up and over pass from the block. Window, good for 2. Kennedy Engler with the 2 points here for West Fargo. And for Fargo South right now, they will leave it to the right-hand side for the Bruins with 10 seconds. And there's going to be a turnover, and all that West Fargo needs to do is hold this one up with 5 seconds with 4, and that will do it on our final. Tonight here in West Fargo, the Packers get to 8-2 on the season with a 90-41 win over the Fargo South Bruins. Our post-game show is coming up next, brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash here on YourLiveEvent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain.
All right. And then, can you hear me okay? Perfect. All right, let's go that way. That should work. How's the season been going for you so far?
So far, so good.
So far, so good?
Yeah. It's been really fun.
Good. Gotta be nice to be back on the court with everything, too.
Oh, yeah. Super fun.
Backdoor.
So we'll go there.
Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit Dagelman.com to view our openings.
As we come back now, joining us is Chloe Fowl here for the West Fargo Packers. Chloe tonight able to finish with 19 points here for West Fargo for a team high, as 3 players were in the double digits, with Briley with 13 and Mariley as well with 10. And so far, kind of at the midway point of the season here, Chloe, what did you like about your team's performance? I know you probably like to get one back against Fargo Davies earlier this week, but you're able to come out, have a 10-0 run, get up 14-4, and then just kind of was able to keep on track. What did you like about your team's performance?
Coming off a loss, it was super tough. So we just wanted to play hard today, work on our defense, because we're going to have to play Red River on Tuesday, and that's going to be a super important game.
And at the end of the day, these games are just really battles for positioning in the EDC tournament, but every game you get to learn something. What did you learn about your team, where it seemed like anybody that got on the floor found a way to get a rebound, found a way to get an assist, found a way to score? What is that kind of like from your perspective when someone can get on the floor and find a way to contribute to a win?
Super impressive. I trust any one of my teammates to get out there and make something happen, so that's super impressive and super good to have.
And then Briley Peterson with 13. How have you seen her progression this season at the guard spot for this team?
We just like to get Briley the ball because she can basically dribble past anyone if we set a screen for her. So, yeah, we just like to get her that ball, and then we trust her to go get a layup.
And then the same thing with Mariley and Taylor. I know Taylor does a lot of the dirty work. I know Mariley, you guys have had that connection for quite some time here. But what do those 2 players bring to this year's club here, too?
I think they bring a lot of everything, not only just good skills and scoring, but also leadership. So I think a lot of girls look up to them, and that's something we need.
Hey, Chloe, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward in the good game against Red River on Tuesday.
Thank you.
That again, Chloe Fowl with us here from the West Fargo Packers as they improved to 8-2 on the season. We'll continue on our post-game show after this. As we continue here on our Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show, let's get to our Enbridge Energy player of the game in this one, and that's going to go to Chloe Fowle again. 14 first half points, 14 of their 52 comes to Chloe, able to finish with 19 in the game. Chloe Fowle is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities here for this one. Again, Chloe Fowle is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. From there to our RDK Enterprises feature precision players of the game. Well, for West Fargo, this is very much a team win when you can get 13 players in the scoring column and get everyone to get some ample playing time here tonight for West Fargo. Well, for the Fargo South Bruins, Tegan Malo is our RDK Enterprises feature precision player with 16 points, 2 of 2 from the foul line here for Tegan. RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Make plans to attend their winter conference going on at the Allaire Center in Grand Forks January 18th and the 19th. To register, visit planterdoc.com. As we continue again on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, a look at the final numbers in this one. West Fargo finished from the free throw line 9 of 26 from the stripe. They hit 7 threes and 13 players again. The scoring column for Fargo South, they went 4 of 4 from the line with 3 made threes and 6 players in the scoring column. For the Packers tonight, 19 points with Chloe Fowle, 13 for Briley Peterson, and 10 for Mariley Simon as well. 8 points by Ellie McIntosh, 8 by Solveig Seymour, 8 by Taylor Van Winkle, 7 here for Hannah Potter, 2 points by Kennedy Engler here, and then Delaney Ogdahl was able to get a 1 as well. 3 by Kackman, 2 by Halverson off the bench, 5 for Jackson, and Anisha Davis with 4 points. But again, 19 for Chloe and 13 for Briley here for the West Fargo Packers. Fargo South led by the 16 points with Tegan Malo, 8 points on the way for Talon Hoffert, 3 apiece by Lexi Changanelius, and 3 points by Mia Nylander, 3 points by Nora Becker, the triple back in the first half, and 2 for Grace Hazelton here for the Fargo South Bruins. Fargo South drops to 0-9 now on this season. Up next at Wahpeton on Tuesday, while on the opposite side here for the West Fargo Packers, West Fargo improves to 8-2 on this season, and the Packers will host Grand Forks Red River, who won earlier tonight, as well as the Rough Riders are now 9-0 on this season. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll recap what happened in both contests on our Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show.
In Castleton, North Dakota, we offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Joining us now on our post-game show, head coach of the West Fargo Packers, Mike Benson, as West Fargo again improves to 8-2 on the season. And Mike, I know we were talking off-air, anytime you can get 13 players in the scoring column, everybody that played contributed some way, somehow, whether it was a rebound, whether it was a steal, or getting in the scoring column here. That's got to be nice from a coaching point of view, especially at the midway point of the season.
Yeah, it was nice after a kind of a grueling game on Tuesday for us to get some of those younger kids in. And you know, some of our starters, they only played about 20 minutes tonight, so give them a little bit of break going into a big game on Tuesday, but very, very happy with how we played.
What do you make of Briley Peterson, able in that second half, able to get to the rim, able to find a nice couple of bounce passes as well across the paint? When she can get going, being a downhill player, what does that do for this club?
Well, she's an elite athlete. I mean, she's so quick, got a quick first step. When she's determined, she's going to get to the rim. And then she makes such great reads when to pass and when to shoot it. So real pleased with how she played. She was a little loosey-goosey in the first half, you know, couple balls going through her hands, not quite ready, but came back, had a great second half.
And then Chloe Fau, I don't know how much more words you can describe her. Again, 19 points, and it seems like, I think, from the injury from a season ago to where she's at now, every game, Mike, do you feel like she's just finding her rhythm and kind of trusting, you know, kind of that ACL and kind of learning a little bit in practice and every game, just seeing her get more aggressive, because we saw her getting some passing lanes today and really finish at the rim in transition?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with her right now is just the mindset. You know, it was a scary injury. That's always in the back of your head. What if I get hurt again? But she's learning to trust herself. You know, obviously she's extremely talented, very, very good player, and ultra competitive. So it was nice to see her out there tonight, having a really nice game.
Final thing for you, Mike, before we let you go. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's another EDC win. You're 7-1 in the EDC. You only play the Rough Riders once coming up here for a 2-point game, then another 2-point game on Thursday against Devils Lake. So we kind of get to this point of the year where you're going to move up or down the standings for anybody with these 2-point games. But what's going to be a challenge upcoming here throughout the weekend as you get ready for, you know, Coach Ripplinger and the Rough Riders coming into town on Tuesday?
There's no question that's the game of the year for us and probably for them as well. You know, whoever wins that one gets the 2 wins. Whoever loses get the 2 L's. So, you know, it's going to have a big factor into the standings and maybe who wins the league. So, you know, there's no question it's a big game. I think our girls are ready for it. We got to play a little bit better than we did against Davies, but I think we will. You know, and we just can't let Jossie Schiller go ballistic. She's been having a heck of a year and you know, multiple games in the 30s and then one in the 40s. So if we can contain her a little bit, which is, you know, it's going to be a job for Taylor and Briley and maybe a little bit of Chloe in there. But no, there's no question it's going to be a great game, and we're really excited.
And Morelli Simon's knocking on that door for the school record as well, so that'll be fun to see her hopefully break that on Tuesday night. Mike, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck throughout the rest of the season.
Thanks, Jace.
That again, Mike Benson, head coach of the West Fargo Packers, with us here on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Packers earn the sweep over the Fargo South Bruins. For more information, go to our website, yourliveevent.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.